Hotel World, this your brother Matthew Daniels, aka Ampu, aka the Chosen Few, aka the real bookworm. I'm not a bookworm, I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. And as always, may your name live on forever, and may your memory never die. Hotel. Man, family, this thing with the Galveston County Health District is getting out of control. It's getting out of control, family. I received this letter via certified mail the other day. Okay? I received this letter via certified mail the other day, and I was made aware of the fact that my little old open records request, my legally filed open records request, instead of being respected, and instead of me receiving the information that I requested and asked for, Galveston County Health District saw fit to turn my open records request over to the team of lawyers. And that team of lawyers sent my open records request over to the Attorney General, right? And they are currently begging the Attorney General to give them the authority to deny me my request. Now, you may be wondering, what did I ask for? Why are they trying to deny you your open records request? What is it that you asked for? Family, I only asked for 3 things that I feel I'm well within my rights to ask for and receive. I asked, between a certain time period, how many hepatitis and HIV tests were given. Out of those tests that were given during that specific time period, how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative. Here is a copy of the open records request that I filed. Now, I am blocking out some of my personal information on here, but that's not pertinent to the request. You see it for yourself. Galveston County Health District Public Information Request Form. You see my name, Matthew Daniels. You see my email, matthewdaniels720@yahoo.com. Okay, now look where it says records requested. I wrote medical records between March 15th, 2015 and February 28th, 2020. How many Galveston County residents were tested for hepatitis and HIV? How many of those tests came back positive and how many came back negative? And you see, I filed this on February the 28th, 2020. So like I said, if anybody is wondering what I actually requested, I've told you guys several times what I requested, but now I'm showing you the receipts. Here's the public information request form. I only asked how many people were tested for hepatitis and HIV between March 15th, 2015 and February the 28th, 2020. And I asked, out of those tests that were administered between those 2 time periods, how many of those tests came back positive and how many of those tests came back negative. That's all that I asked for. It's statistical data. It's numbers. What is the number of people who you gave the test to, right? And how many of those tests came back negative and how many of those tests came back positive, right? And I showed y'all in the previous video that they give out numbers like this all the time. It's not a big deal. So people may be wondering, why are they trying so hard to deny me? Right? And think about it. If I asked for something that was just super crazy, why didn't they just deny my open records request? Why is it a lawyer involved? And why is it sent to the Attorney General? Well, maybe that's how they have to deny it if they're going to deny it. But why would you want to deny me that? I'm going to tell you a little later in this video, family. I'm just going to put it out there, man. Whatever. Because I see there may not be no ends to their games, right? And it may not be no ends to their game. So I'm not even going to play with it. I'm just going to tell the people what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just give it to y'all straight. But before I tell y'all why they're trying to deny me, okay, I'm going to show you and tell you why they say they're trying to deny me. And we're going to see that it doesn't make any sense. because when they sent that information, whatever they sent to the Attorney General to beg the Attorney General to give them the right to deny my open records request, they also had to send those records to me. Okay, so what you're looking at now is you see the stationary heading. Okay, Mills Shirley LLP. That's the law firm that the Galveston County Health District is using to send my open records request to the Attorney General and beg the Attorney General to deny me my request. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the receipts on my claim that they are begging the Attorney General to give them the right to deny me my request. So we're just going to clear up all that, all the statements that I'm making. I'm going to show you guys that I'm being open and honest every step of the way. I'm not lying about what I requested, and I'm not lying about how they responded. Look in the bold black. Request for Attorney General's decision on public information request by Matthew Daniels, dated February the 28th, 2020, to the Galveston County Health District, received February 28, 2020. Honorable Ken Paxton. This law firm represents the Galveston County Health District, which asked me to request an Attorney General's decision regarding the above referenced matter. So we see off the top that Galveston County Health District asked this law firm, who is representing the Galveston County Health District, to request an Attorney General's decision regarding the above referenced matter. And the above referenced matter is my open records request. So I filed an open records request. The Galveston County Health District wanted to deny my open records request. So they got a law firm, Mills Shirley, to represent them. And by getting them to represent them, they asked them to request a decision from the Attorney General on my open records request. Basically asking that if they wanted to give it to me, they would just give it to me. So what are you asking the Attorney General to make a decision on? You're only beseeching him to give you the authority to deny me. You want the Attorney General to say that you can deny me. Okay, so moving right along. Galveston County Health District requests a decision because it believes the information Matthew Daniels seeks is public information that is accepted from the required disclosure. In accordance with Texas Government Code, GCHD hereby requests an Attorney General's decision related to the claimed exceptions. Specifically, GCHD believes that some of the requested information is accepted from disclosure by Texas Government Code. And now I'm skipping those numbers for a reason. I don't understand exactly what all those numbers mean. Well, I know what those numbers mean, but I would have to look up what they're actually in reference to. I doubt any of you off the top of your heads, unless you have a law degree, those numbers will just be random garbled information. But you can see it, you can pause it, you can research it, you can look it up. I have looked it up, I have researched it, so I get the gist of what they're saying, but I'm not going to read off all those numbers. It'll be pointless. Moving right along. On February 28th, 2020, the requester made a request for information to Galveston County Health District using Galveston County Health District's public information request form. The request was delivered via hand delivery, and it was received by Galveston County Health Department on February the 28th, 2020. See Texas Government Code. I have attached as Exhibit 1 a copy of the request. As you can see, this letter requesting an Attorney General's decision is timely since it was made not later than the 10th business day after the date the request was received. Okay, so basically they're saying that I hand delivered my open records request to the Galveston County Health Department on February the 28th, 2020, which I did, and I have the video footage up on my page for anybody that would like to go see it. Okay, so far you're seeing that everything that Matthew Daniels has said has been true. They're verifying it, right? I've made my open records request. Okay, moving right along. The requester seeks the following information. Now they quote what I asked for. Between the dates of March 15th, 2015 and February the 28th, 2020, how many Galveston County residents were tested for HIV and hepatitis? And how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative? Exhibit 1. That was what I just showed you guys on the public information request form that I filled out. Okay, that's what I asked for, right? Pursuant to Texas Government Code, I enclose on a thumb drive a representative sample of documents that GCHD believes are accepted from disclosure by Texas Government Code. See Exhibit 2. Galveston County Health District is tentatively withholding the information on the thumb drive, Exhibit 2, and seeks guidance from your office on whether the information is within the stated exceptions to public disclosure or whether it must be released. Now, Exhibit 1 that they sent to the Attorney General was my open records request, my physical open records request. Okay? Exhibit 2 is the information pertaining to my open records request, the information that they would have to release to me. If the Attorney General said that you have to release this information, I'm going to get whatever is on that drive that's labeled Exhibit 2 in this document. That is the information. And so what they're saying is they are tentatively withholding the information on the thumb drive, Exhibit 2, and they seek guidance from the Office of the Attorney General on whether the information is within the stated exceptions to public disclosure or whether it must be released. So they're basically saying, I filed an open records request. I legally filed the open records request. I filled out the documentation properly, okay? And I turned it in to the proper location, right? Now, they have subsequently gathered the information that I requested, right? Now, how this normally goes is they release that information to me. They release that information to me. But what they're saying is they're tentatively withholding it, I should have those documents by now, right? I should have those documents by now. But what they're saying is, we know you should have these documents by now because you legally filed your open records request and there's technically nothing wrong with it. But what we're doing is now we're withholding it because we're waiting on an Attorney General's decision. And if the Attorney General says that we have to release it, then hey, we got everything ready, we're going to give it to you. But if the Attorney General says that we don't have to give it to you, then they're not going to give it to me, and I'm going to have to take another route. I'm going to have to try to approach this thing from a different angle. Okay? So you see that they're asking the Attorney General to make a decision on whether they should release it or not. Now, they could release it easy, okay? But what they're doing is they're beseeching the Attorney General, and they're about to give the Attorney General reasons why they feel like my request should be denied. In essence, I say it in layman's terms, I'm going to show you how they are begging the Attorney General to deny my request. That's all that they're doing. It's a lot of legal jargon to say, please, Mr. Attorney General, don't make us give this guy this information. And I'm going to tell you why they don't want me to have that information in a minute. Stay tuned. But I just want to set the stage, and I just want to show you guys the links that they are going, right? And I'm going to show you guys that this is something real, and I'm not making it up, and I'm not pretending. You know, because some people may think that, oh, Matthew Daniels, the real book, he's just on a conspiracy theory. He's talking about the open records request and lawyers and the Attorney General. No, this is real. This is really happening. And I'm going to tell you why. But moving right along. Okay, they basically, real quick, they basically are trying to deny me based on two legal reasons. Okay, and they're going to explain and expound upon those two legal reasons that they are using to deny me. Now, I personally feel like none of this crap applies, but they have to try something. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to crop this and we're going to deal with this, piecemeal. Exception. Confidential information, Texas Government Code. So the first reason that they are giving that they wish to deny me my request is because it contains confidential information. Now, before I read this, I want to refer you back to what I asked for. I only asked for the number of people that were tested for hepatitis and HIV between a given time period. And I only asked for, of those tested, how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative. Right? And so they're twisting this and saying it's confidential information. When I showed you on another video, they give out this type of information all the time. But here we go. GCHD believes the requester is seeking information that is accepted from the requirements of Texas Government Code because the information is confidential by law, either constitutional, statutory, or by judicial decision. Texas Government Code. Specifically, the release of the requested information is governed by the Communicable Disease Prevention and Control Act, which states reports, records, and information relating to cases or suspected cases of diseases or health conditions are not public information under Chapter 552 Government Code and may not be released or made public on subpoena or otherwise. Texas Health and Safety Code. This statutory provision is considered in the Open Records Decision Number, which states that under the Communicable Disease Prevention and Control Act, information in the possession of a local health authority relating to disease or health conditions is confidential, but may be released with the consent of the person identified in the information. Now, stop right there. May be released with consent of the person identified in the information. I never asked them to identify any person attached to the information. If I say, how many HIV tests did you give between this date? All you have to tell me is 2, 3, 4, 500, 100, 250, right? That's all you have to tell me. I'm not asking you, and you know I'm not asking you, because I'm not a fool. I'm not asking you to say that, oh, John Doe was tested for HIV on this day. Jane Doe was tested for hepatitis on this day. I'm not asking for none of that. If you have a Jane Doe and a John Doe that was tested for HIV and hepatitis, all I need is 2 people. All you have to do is tell me 2 people were tested for hepatitis and HIV. That's it. That's it. Right? GCHD believes the requested information is confidential pursuant to Texas Health and Safety Code and requesting consent from every Galveston County resident who tested for HIV and hepatitis is simply not feasible. Because the requester seeks third-party information that may be confidential, GCHD requests a determination from your office whether the information contained in Exhibit 2 must be disclosed or withheld. Now listen, they know for a fact I asked for no one's personal information. I could care less about an individual's personal information. I only wanted the numbers. But they know. They know at this point. They know at this point from my posts and my videos and from me calling them on the phone. I have recordings of me calling them on the phone. And from me going up to their offices at Coastal Health and Wellness and Galveston County Health District and speaking to them. They know. They know what I'm going to do with those numbers. And so they don't want to just give me the numbers. And so they're twisting what I'm asking for to give them the ability to deny me. Think about what I'm saying. They know if they tell me how many people they tested for HIV and hepatitis between those dates mentioned, they know it's game over. They know it's checkmate. They know I'm coming for the jugular. They know that. And they know that they have to give me that number. They know that they have to give me that information. So what they have to concoct in their mind is, okay, what can we deny him? Okay, we can deny him people's personal information. So when they create my documents for my public information release, let's put names, dates, birthdays. Let's put personal information in there and say, see, Attorney General, we can't give him all of this when you know damn well that's not even what I asked for. Right? You moving the goalposts and you're changing my request. You're denying me for something I never even asked for. That's what's crazy. That's why I showed you guys what I requested. And they even reiterated my request in the beginning of their appeal to the Attorney General. Everyone knows, even you guys at this point, that I only asked how many people were tested, how many tests came back positive, how many tests came back negative. Now they're saying I'm requesting third-party information. Now they acting like I want names, phone numbers, addresses, email addresses, birthdays, social security numbers, credit card information. They acting like I want to know all of this information about these individuals when no, I don't. I don't want to know nobody personal information. I just want the number. I just want the number. But what I'm showing you is they're twisting my request to deny giving me those numbers. And they only want to deny giving me those numbers because they know when they give me those numbers, it's going to be a body bag. And I'm going to explain it to you in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to use y'all brains. You just saw my open records request. You read it for yourself. Did I ask for anyone's personal information? So why are you denying me? Right? So why are you denying me based on me asking for confidential information when we all know I didn't ask for confidential information? Why? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Because they don't want to give me the numbers. Now, they're going to eventually have to release the numbers. It's going to happen because it's more than just me working on this thing. More on that later. Right? They think I'm just a lone wolf, lone ranger. It's more than just me working on this thing. So they're going to release those numbers. Sometimes you got to do it back and forth. And sometimes you got to battle with people like this for a while. They don't go down easy. They go down swinging. I'll give them that. But those numbers, they're checkmated. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. But so just make up your own mind, though. Don't just take my word for it. If you're like, hey, Matt, that is confidential information, just leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I don't mind. I don't. You know, I'm not the opinion police, right? I'm not the opinion police. I don't tell anybody how to think. Think for yourself. But let's see the second reason why they want to deny me. Exception. Litigation involving the state or political subdivision. Litigation. Now, mind you, I personally have no litigation with these individuals. I personally have no pending litigation with these individuals. I said it before and I'll say it again. I was never a patient. I was never a patient at Coastal Health and Wellness. Never. Never in my life. I'm going to be honest with y'all, family. I live down here. I never knew what Coastal Health and Wellness was, right? I never even knew what Coastal Health and Wellness was until the story ran that said that they potentially exposed over 9,500 people in Galveston County to hepatitis and HIV. That's what got them on my radar. That's when there were not even a blip on my radar before that story ran. Okay, so I have no litigation against these people. I have no pending litigation coming against these people. I was never a patient. But let's look into it. GCHD believes the requester is seeing information. Now, I'll look at that for a second. That first sentence. GCHD believes the requester is seeing information that is accepted. Now, that's supposed to be seeking, SEEKING. Now, an individual may be thinking, oh, Matt, don't be petty, it's a typo. Matt, don't be petty, it's a typo. But bro, you trying to listen, y'all got all this legal jargon in there. Y'all got all these Texas government code this and Texas government code that and exhibit 1 and exhibit 2 and the requester and the above stated matter and all of this suit and tie lawyer jargon. You misspelling, typo, man. They type it so fast. They trying to get this submitted to the attorney general so fast. You making mistakes. You looking bad. You looking real weak. You looking at me as a regular individual. I make a typo. But hey, you a lawyer. You need to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Now you may say, man, how you know it ain't seeing information? Brother, I just showed you the first exception. Look at the first sentence of the first exception. GCHD believes the requester is seeking information. I'm seeking information. Now look at these. Man, whoever typed this up, now y'all may think this small. When you're a law firm, right? And when you're dealing with legal matters, this means something. You double check your work. You all in my business with my open records request. Double check your work. Mills and Shirley, sick of y'all, man. GCHD believes the requester is seeing, drop some eye emojis. information that is accepted from the requirements of Texas Government Code because the information relates to litigation of a civil nature to which the state or a political subdivision is or may be a party. Further, section was intended to prevent parties in litigation from obtaining documents outside of discovery. Now pause. So basically what you're telling us is there's some kind of pending litigation behind this thing. Now, we do know that you guys are being sued, Galveston County Health District. We know y'all being sued, right? We know y'all being sued, okay? We know y'all being sued. We know it. But I'm not suing you. And they talking about documents being obtained outside of discovery. I have no dog in that fight. I have nothing to do with that litigation, but it's showing you the mind state of these people. I'm honestly, family, listen to me, man. This may sound crazy, but I'm just a concerned citizen. I'm not trying to go in their pockets, brother. I'm just a concerned citizen. But now they're like, oh, we also need to deny him this, because this information is pertaining to some type of litigation that they have going on. So, brother, so the community don't get no update because y'all getting sued? You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all getting sued? I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? That's just foolishness, man. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. And talking about obtaining documents outside of discovery? Look at what it said. Further, section blank was intended to prevent parties in litigation from obtaining documents outside of discovery. Listen, family, I'm saying that I'm not part of any litigation. I'm not trying to obtain anything outside of discovery for somebody that is in litigation with these people. I have no dog in that fight. So again, how can you deny me because of what somebody else has going on? Like inadvertently tying me in with that. Like I'm trying to obtain something outside of discovery for this court case that's going on. It's smoke and mirrors, family. It's smoke and mirrors, family. And what is it? Is it the confidential information or is it the litigation? Is it the litigation or is it the confidential information? Sometimes people just throw anything at the wall to see what sticks. GCHD believes the requested information is accepted pursuant to Texas Government Code because Galveston County Health District has been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services beginning June 28, 2018 regarding 151 unresolved claims of which GCHD may be a party to. Stop right there. Stop right there, man. Stop right there. Listen, and look with your third eye. I hope somebody getting this. I really do. GCHD believes the requested information is accepted pursuant to Texas Government Code because Galveston County Health District has been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services beginning June 28, 2018 regarding 151 unresolved claims of which Galveston County Health Department may be a party to. Now, I showed y'all the news story that ran where they talked about 3 people suing them. Yeah, I'm gonna just put them on blast, right? I'm gonna put them on blast. Where they talked about 3 people suing them, right? And in 2018 or 2019, they talked about 1 person suing them. Now look at what these people are admitting to. Regarding 151 unresolved claims of which GCHD may be a party to. 151 unresolved claims? Now, I know nothing about that. I may have heard from a fly on the wall, or I may have heard from a little birdie, right? I may have heard in a phone conversation, because like I keep telling y'all, listen, family, now listen what I'm telling you. Nobody has any idea what I know. Nobody that I'm in contact with, I don't tell anybody everything, because everything is not for everybody. But when I tell you guys, I got their back against the wall. When I tell you guys I'm coming for the jugular, when I tell you guys I'm coming for the checkmate, and when I tell y'all to believe me when I say that, believe me when I say that, because I've spoken to a lot of people over the years, and people keep wondering, man, why is Matt pushing this? Why is Matt pushing this? Listen, family, I'm showing you documentation. Now, use your own mind to understand. Now, I'm going to get close. Use your own mind to understand what is being said. Right? Look at it again. GCHD has been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services beginning June 28, 2018, regarding 151 unresolved claims, of which GCHD may be a party to. Why are you talking about these 151 unresolved claims in the midst of my open records request for how many people were tested for hepatitis and HIV, and how many tests came back positive and how many tests came back negative? And why are you talking about this 151 unresolved claims in the midst of my open records request about what Coastal Health and Wellness did? Listen, family. Listen, family. This thing is being swept under the 151 unresolved cases. Come on, man. Talk to me. Talk to me, family. Talk now. If I would have told you, now think about it. Now see, that's why I can't tell you guys everything, man, because you're not gonna believe me anyway. Sometimes I gotta just wait for it to be revealed. You see? Now if I would have came out and I told you guys that, oh, you seen in the paper that, oh, it's 3 people that's suing them, right? 3 people. But then if I would have came on the back end and I told you that, hey, technically, it's at least 151 unresolved claims right now, or maybe more. But I'm using that number because that's the number that they use. But I'm telling y'all, listen, when I get those numbers, it's game over. It's game over. If you don't believe me at this point, you'll never believe me. But if I would have told you that, hey, it's over 100 unresolved claims right now that they behind dealing with. Come on, family. Come on, family. Do y'all hear me? So why do they want to deny me this request? Why do they want to deny me this request? They don't know what I know. You understand what I'm saying? And some of it, they probably do know what I know. They probably know that, oh, snap. This guy got the drop on us. This guy got the drop on us. But 101, I want that to sink in. That's why I keep saying it before I go on. I'm going to show it to you one more time. And my intelligent viewers, which all of my viewers are very intelligent, they're going to get it. It's going to click. Bing! It's going to click. Bing! GCHD has been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services beginning June 28, 2018, regarding 151 unresolved claims, of which GCHD may be a party to. And this is one of your reasons for denying me my open records request, because you got 151 unresolved claims. Moving right along. I'm gonna explain to y'all why they don't want me to have these numbers in a minute. Let me explain it. Moreover, the information sought relates to the potential litigation because it's centered on alleged HIV and hepatitis infections. Courts have held that the exception applies not only to pending litigation, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated. Stop. Hold up. Wait a minute. Rewind. I'm going to read it again. Moreover, the information sought relates to the potential litigation. Potential litigation, because it's centered on alleged HIV and hepatitis infections. Courts have held that the exception applies not only to pending litigation, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated. Pause. Wait a minute. Talk to me, family. So now they just admitted, and they need to admit to everything, but they just admitted that they've been in constant contact with I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. They just told us, right, that they're trying to deny me because they have been in constant contact with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services regarding 151 unresolved claims. Now they're saying they also want to deny me, not based on pending litigation. The 151 is pending litigation, right? But their exact words was, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated, meaning you have a strong idea. You have a good reason to believe that if you give Matthew Daniels this information, right, there will be more litigation. Why would you say that you want to deny me my open records request? And one of the reasons you want to deny me my open records request is because you can reasonably anticipate litigation after you give me this information. Come on, family. Not only do you have 151 that you admitting to, you saying if this information drop, you can reasonably anticipate more. I know y'all hear me. Man, I know y'all hear me out there. I know y'all hear me out there. Why? Think about it. If there was nothing to hide, if everything was hunky-dory, if everything was good, why would you reasonably anticipate litigation after these facts are released? If you've done nothing wrong, if the community hasn't been affected, if we're being lied to about the numbers, right? If we're being lied to, if this is a conspiracy, if Matthew Daniels is crazy, if Matthew Daniels is making this up, if Matthew Daniels is lying, why do y'all think I'm pushing on this thing so hard? Because I know things, man, that I can't just put out there because you're not going to believe me anyway. But I'm showing you now. Remember what I told y'all? That there was no right move for them to make. I'm a chess player. I move pieces on the board and I anticipate what the individual is going to do. And I told them, I gave them fair warning. I said no move is the right move. And so what they did was they tried to checkmate me by scurrying and running to the Attorney General, right? But by scurrying and running to the Attorney General, they done admitted two key things that now I can release to the people and it won't seem like I ain't making it up. I can give y'all more info now, right? And you'll believe me that there's not just one or two people. There's not just 3 or 4 people. There's not just 4, 5, or 6 cases against them. There's not just 10, 20, 30 litigations against them that they're dealing with pertaining to this whole situation, right? There's not 60, there's not 70, there's not 80, there's not 90, there's not 100. They just said 151. They said it. They said 151, family. They said 151. And then they said, also, courts have held that the exception applies. The reason for not giving me the documents. Courts have held that the exception applies not only to pending litigation, but to litigation that is reasonably anticipated. These people feel like if they give me that information, and if I disseminate that information to the people in its proper context, along with what everything else that I already know, they can reasonably anticipate a lot more litigation. What more do you need, family? What more do I have to show you? What more do I have to show you, family? What more do I have to say? Do you believe me now? Do you believe me now? Let's finish this up. Because the requester seeks information relating to litigation that the GCHD reasonably anticipates, and the information sought relates to the litigation, GCHD requests a determination from your office whether the information contained in Exhibit 2 must be disclosed or withheld. Pursuant to Texas Government Code I am notifying the requester that some GCHD information that is responsive to his request is being tentatively withheld, that your opinion is being sought, and that we believe the exceptions above apply. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Just like I told y'all, then they saying it in legal terminology. Just like I told y'all, they did a dastardly deed in Galveston County. Somebody is trying to cover up and hide that dastardly deed, and they trying to keep the masses of the public from knowing about it. Right? Now, I told you guys, when I filed the request, I said, I don't care what they do. Anything they do is checkmate. Anything they do is checkmate. Any way they respond is checkmate. If they would have just given me the numbers, I would have put the numbers in the proper context with all of the other information that I have, and you guys would see the big picture. Right? Now, if they tried to deny me, which they did, they're going to have to explain why. And in explaining why, they gave me several more smoking guns that anybody can clearly see. Now, what they just said is they're afraid to give me the documentation because they're afraid of litigation that may come after they give me the information. So they feel like the information that they give me can lead to more litigation. Think about it. Now, as I wrap this up, because I already made this along, and I just really wanted to give y'all an update. I wanted to show y'all those documents. I wanted to drop those bombs, and I wanted to show y'all I'm not making this crap up, man. And I wanted to show y'all that, hey, I'm good at what I do. And I now have allies. I ain't gonna go into that yet. And just like when I haven't lied to y'all yet, I got allies, man. I got allies. Y'all finna get what's coming to y'all. You just wait. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. It's coming like death, and it's coming like taxes. It's coming. But here's what you got to think about, family. They said that they potentially exposed over 9,500 people in Galveston County to hepatitis and HIV. So why do I keep asking, how many people have you tested? 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 Just think about it. What if they come back and say, oh, we tested 423 people? Oh, you tested 423 people? That leaves over 9,000 untested. So we have no way of knowing if those 9,000 were infected or not. Even if they come back and tell me, oh man, we did great, we've tested 1,000 people. Okay, but there's still 8,000 more who have not been tested. Well, 8,500 who have not been tested. Even if they say that they've tested 2,000 people, I think y'all getting it now. That still leaves 7,000 people untested. Even if you say you tested 3,000 people, that still leaves over 6,000 people untested. And I'm gonna drop this on y'all. They haven't tested 3,000 people. Not since the story ran in 2018. And they know once they give me those documents and I show you guys how many of those 9,500 have been tested, you're going to wake up. You're going to say, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You acting like it's all taken care of. But you told us that there were 9,500 people possibly infected with hepatitis and HIV. And you mean to tell me that you've only tested 400? And there's still 9,100 people out there, and you acting like you got a handle on the situation? They don't have a handle on the situation. And as soon as they release that number, see, it's more so about the number of people that they tested than how many people have tested positive and negative at this point. Because I want to show that they don't even have a handle on the situation. Because even if they, listen, even if they say that they tested 4,000 people, that's a big number, 4,000 people, and I would give my kudos to that. But even if you tested 4,000 people, GCHD, Coastal Health and Wellness, you haven't even hit the halfway mark. And it's still thousands upon thousands upon thousands that haven't been tested, family. There's thousands and thousands and thousands that have not been tested. And I'm telling you, that number that they've tested is going to be so low in comparison to the 9,500 that everybody that hears these videos is going to say, wow, I see why Matt, the real bookworm, would not let go. It's all about how many people they tested and how many are left untested. I guarantee those numbers are going to blow your mind. I guarantee those numbers are going to blow your mind. They're going to blow your mind, man. They're going to blow your mind. So, that's the latest update. That's what's going on. I do have allies in this fight. Don't think because they went to the Attorney General, this thing is over. And don't think that even if the Attorney General denies me, that it's going to be over. Because guess what? I always keep an ace up my sleeve. Look at this, family. What you're looking at is a blank public information request form. When I got the first one, I asked for 2. And so what I'm going to do, I have another thing that I'm going to ask for. So you can deny me this. You can play with me behind this. You can try to deny me this. And I'm going to keep pushing to get those answers. But it's something else that I'm going to shoot out there. And I'm going to see how you're going to respond to that. And again, I give you fair warning, Galveston County Health District, Coastal Health and Wellness. I give you fair warning. You do not know how I want you to respond. And I'm going to just tell you, it's in your best interest. Hey, man, I'm the GOAT, bro. I'm the GOAT around here. It's in your best interest to just give me whatever information I request on this document. It's not going to be the same information, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's in your best interest, and I'm dropping a jewel. It's in your best interest to just give me the information that I'm going to request for, because I'm going to be honest at this point. I want you to deny me. I do want you to deny me. I'm telling you that, man, because on the cool, I don't even want to have to be doing this and doing this, going back and forth and all of this. I just want the people to know what's going on. I just want to let's just update the people. You know, matter of fact, you know, just reach out to me and say, hey, man, leave us alone. We're going to do an update and we're going to release, you know, all of the pertinent information so the citizens of Galveston County can know where we stand. And I'll let that be, man. I'm 48 laws of power. I never go past the mark that I aim for. I just want the people to have a honest and complete update on where your investigation has taken us and what is the damage that we know, what is the damage to our community. So I'm about to fill out this new open records request, and I'm going to file it, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a hint, because you're looking bad right now. Y'all looking real bad, man. It's getting worse and worse and worse, and you're losing credibility with the people in this county. You're losing a lot of credibility. So it's in your best interest to just give me the documents that I'm going to request, because if you don't, that's going to be the worst mistake you can make, man. I'm telling you, man. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to trick you. So y'all saw it, man. Those are the documents. I got more updates coming soon. Like I say, make sure y'all share this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my YouTube channel, peruse some of the other videos. Find me on Facebook, my Facebook fan page, everything Matthew Daniels. Like my page, follow my page, check out some of my other posts. You know, just reach out to me on social media. Also, your brother Matthew Daniels, the real bookworm. I'm a published author, okay? My debut novel, Suicide Note by Matthew Daniels, is available on Walmart.com, Amazon.com, and countless other online retailers offer the book. Buy that book, man. Support your brother. Go buy that book. It's one of the best hood novels you ever want to read. It got romance, it got car chases, it got gun shootouts. You know, explicit sex scenes. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take you there. After you read this book, man, you're gonna want to have a nightcap with your significant other and do what y'all do. I'm telling you, man, the book is fire. I've been getting good reviews off of it. It's about an individual that was raised in the rough side of Dickinson, Texas, and he's doing everything he can to get out the hood. But in trying to get out the hood, he gets deeper and deeper and deeper into the filth. Suicide Note by Matthew Daniels. Go get that book. If you love what I'm doing, if you love my content, if you love how I'm fighting for the people, go get the book. If you love to read, go get the book, right? Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, go get that book. Let's kick up the numbers on that book. Let's kick up the numbers on that book sale so I can reach a good more majority of people. And my ultimate goal is to become an author. That's what I want to do. I write, and I have a lot of books, and I have good content. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking my fan page. As always, I'm Matthew Daniels, the chosen few ampoule, aka the real bookworm. I'm not a bookworm. I'm the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. And as always, may your name live on forever. and may your memory never die. Hotel.